All right, so week 3 of football is here. There's lots of games. 2 games tomorrow night. Monday Night Football. It's going to be a big one, gang. A big one. And again, we're going to be doing the game previews, the betting, over-unders, and all that stuff. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, but you're a football fan and you want to be kept up to date on all things football, just hit that subscribe button. I'll take care of the rest. Do this every single week, and we'll continue to do it every week moving forward, as well as giving you all breaking news and all different other types of news as well. So let's get to the games themselves. The Tennessee Titans are visiting the Cincinnati Bengals. Okay, excuse me. Cincinnati is a 3.5-point favorite, not Cleveland. 3.5-point favorite, and the over/under on that game is 38 points. So I expect a pretty good, solid defensive game. The Atlanta Falcons visiting the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions are also 3.5-point favorites, and the over/under on that game is 47 points. They could be high-powered teams, both these guys, and they're upswing teams too. New Orleans visiting Green Bay, who thrashed the Chicago Bears last week. Unfortunately, the Green Bay's 1-point favorite in this game. The over/under is 41.5 points at Lambeau. Denver Broncos are visiting Miami Dolphins. Miami's a 6-point favorite, looking to try to be one of the more consistent contenders in the AFC East and the AFC altogether. Miami's a 6-point favorite, and the over/under on that game is 47.5 points. So expect a high flying. Expect a lot of. I think a lot of plays by Russell Wilson, and a lot of plays by Tua as well. I think it'll be a good quarterback game. LA Chargers visiting the Minnesota Vikings. Okay, the Chargers are a 1-point favorite, and the over/under on that game is 54 points. So expect a high-flying, high-scoring game. Minnesota's 0-2. I think the Chargers might be 0-2 as well. So expect these guys to be taking it out on each other and trying to win this game bad. Buffalo is going to invade Washington Commanders. The Buffalo Bills are a 5.5-point favorite, and the over/under on that game is 44 points. So I expect a pretty exciting game there too. Now, moving up, Houston Texans visiting the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville is a 7.5-point favorite, and the over/under on that game is 43.5 points. The Indianapolis Colts are visiting the Baltimore Ravens, feisty Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore, who are a 7.5-point favorite, and the over/under on that game is 43 points. Carolina Panthers visiting the Seattle Seahawks. Geno going to try to get these guys going. Seattle's a 4.5-point favorite in Seattle. They tend to be favorites in Seattle. They play well at home. And the over/under on that game is 42.5 points. The Chicago Bears are visiting the Kansas City Chiefs. This is kind of a wild one because Kansas City is a 12.5-point favorite. And over/under on that game is 48 points. So, I hope it's less than a 12.5-point difference in score. I really, really do. As well as the Dallas game that they're going to be facing the Arizona Cardinals. They're also a 12.5-point favorite here in the over/under in that game, but they're in Arizona. They're not in Dallas. Their over/under in that game is 43.5 points. So Dallas will still be a pretty formidable team, even though they lost Trevon Diggs, their cornerback this year for their entire season, but a torn ACL. They'll still be good enough to win a lot of games. And the Pittsburgh Steelers visiting Las Vegas Raiders. And Las Vegas is 3-point favorites. And the over/under on that game is 43.5 points. So looks like Pittsburgh and Las Vegas are kind of revamping things, revamping themselves, and kind of reloading for contention. Next up, we got the New England Patriots at MetLife to play the New York Jets. The Patriots always give the Jets fits. So the Patriots are 2.5-point favorites. And the over/under on that game is 35 points. So I expect a pretty strong defensive production for both teams. Now, the 2 Monday Night Football games. Philadelphia Eagles are facing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Philly's a 4.5-point favorite, and the over/under is 45 points. Tampa Bay's pretty tough, and they're pretty stingy at home. So I expect it to be a pretty good game. And then the LA Rams are visiting the Cincinnati Bengals. Okay, Cincinnati's a 2.5-point favorite. And over/under on that game is 43.5 points. So those are the games, gang. Those are the games this weekend. Lots of games. Okay, exciting weekend of football. Let me know what you think of the over-unders, the betting, the scores. Who do you have winning? Who's your team? Let me know in the comments. Load up the comments, gang. And you subscribe to the channel is not only greatly appreciated, I thank you for it, but it's also very helpful. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as quickly as we can this season so we can start live streaming and get you in on all the conversations and the trash talking and everything else. It's a lot of fun when we do that. So we do it on my baseball channel all the time after games. And but those are the games, gang. Okay. I got my Jets. I think my Jets can sneak out a win over the Patriots. We'll see. Giants the other day got beat by the 49ers on Thursday night. And the Bills, I think, can pull it out too. So pretty exciting weekend of football, regardless, one way or the other. But let me know what your team is and what you think, your predictions. Have a great weekend. Talk to you next time.